Welcome to another beautiful day on the Finca. Something a bit different today. We're not doing any work, well, not as such anyway. I've got to go back to near where we used to live to deal with some tax and some legal issues. Yeah, just what you need really, isn't it? It's basically to do with employment and YouTube as part of it as well. I'll go into a bit more detail on that in a bit. But while we're down there, as always, we're going to do a bit of shopping, Super Dumbo and Lidl, because we like them. And we're going to bring up some more things from the house where we used to live as well, because we've got a friend who's staying there now and he's taken over everything. On the way back, we're going to stop off, place we've never been to before, and get our lovely menu del dia, because we like those. So, yeah, let's crack on. So on our way back, we've stopped off for a menu del dia once again. We like these. This is arroz a la cubana. Never had it before, no idea what to expect, but it looks fantastic. It's like sausages, tomato, fried egg, and yeah, arroz of course. And Sharon's on lentejas with chorizo, yeah. Absolutely fantastic. $8.50 a head.
And this is just the starter, by the way.
We got a salad before that. And this is the place. Lovely. It's not focusing very well, is it? You get the idea. Okay, the main course has arrived. I'm on bacalao, which is cod in tomato sauce, very unusual, so, but not in Spain evidently. And Sharon's on costillas, ribs, are they pork or beef? Pork ribs, rib chips, fantastic. And for dessert, strawberry ice cream. Back at the house, we picked up a bag of cat food that a subscriber's kindly donated. Thank you so much, Chris and Beth. Some compost we picked up from the Chinese, a lid off a gas bottle and the bottom off a gas bottle that I made into a fire, and a glass top coffee table that the cats, especially Jessie, like to use as a scratching post. As they're now using the back door, it might be better if they can go back to using this. Good job the door's old. This is an old umbrella plant. I rescued this about 8 years ago from an apartment stairwell in Alicante. It was a sorry state then, and it's not looking much better now. A couple of years ago it was massive and huge, but it's been neglected and not watered for a few weeks because we've not been there. So we're going to restore this and bring it back to life. And lastly, 4 chairs we brought, the remaining 4 chairs. We had 6 people around, 4 guests the other day, and we only had 4 chairs, so 2 had to stand. We could fix that now. Now it's feeding time. They just had a good run up and down the land. And now it's time for dinner, isn't it? Hello, baby. Hello, Brucey. Here din dins. There we go. They're so greedy.
Slowly.
Enjoy your din-dins. Yeah, they just had a good runabout, no leads on. We're trying to take them for a walk earlier with the leads to get them used to the leads. And then in the evening, we'll get all the cats in for their feeding time, all 7 of them. And then let these 2 run loose and go bonkers wherever they want. So we get a few people asking about work and moving to Spain and things in general. So today I wanted to kind of discuss a bit about work, and particularly from a self-employed point of view, because I don't know anything about being employed in Spain. I've been self-employed since I moved out here 11 years ago. Well, for 10 of those years at least. Before Brexit, anyone could come out here really and set up their own business and declare themselves self-employed, which is called autonomo in Spain. To get in the system, to get your healthcare, you can do this by being an autonomo, but it's not easy to do. I think the starting rate is about €275 a month. I'm currently paying 311 because as you get older it gets more expensive, and that covers you for your healthcare and your pension, which is good, but it's very expensive, and you've got to pay that even if you earn no money, unlike in other countries where your taxes are earnings related. In Spain you've got to pay this autonomo fee before you get out of bed, basically. Then anything you earn you have to pay income tax on top of that. The other fantastic thing about being autonomo in Spain is you've got to charge VAT, IVA, and VAT in the UK. Now, this is where it gets complicated, because between European countries, anyone that's VAT registered, intra-communitario VAT registered, you do zero rating on the VAT on the invoice, which applies in Spain. But if you're not intra-communitario registered, which I wasn't because I didn't need to be, but you do work for any other EU country or someone from another EU member state, then you have to charge them IVA, even though European law says that you don't have to. So it's a very, very, very complicated thing, and I've had many problems with this in the past. So now, which brings us to where we're at today. We no longer have the business, we no longer have an income, sort of technically as such. We're just surviving on our savings at the moment. Someone's taken over the business, but there was nothing coming from that. You know, it was just ticking it over and paying for itself, basically, paying its taxes with not a lot of profit, if any at all. Let me flies again, just a one, but he's acting like 10 men. And a lot of YouTubers like ourselves, we get an income from a lot from advertising revenue, from being a YouTube partner. You have to get 1,000 subscribers to become a YouTube partner and qualify for this. We're at 770 or something like that. Hence, you know what, if you enjoy the videos, please subscribe. It'll really help us out, because once we reach that 1,000 we'll be able to, you know, get some sort of revenue. It won't be a lot, but you know, we don't need an awful lot, apart from feeding and homing all these animals. Go away, fine. So, but other reasons come from like sponsorship and Patreons or patrons, you know, that donate money to help YouTubers out, to help them with their cause, because essentially this is our job, you know, providing content and videos. So the reason, and we've actually had quite a few, you know, sponsors, patrons, donations over the last month or so, and of course now is the time for the quarterly accounts. So I've submitted all my accounts, and of course you've got to they're going to the bank, so you've got to declare all these things. We don't do anything dodgy here. We're all straight legal, above board, everything. But my accountant said we don't have to charge IVA on these kind of receipts, these kind of payments, which is absolutely fantastic, because it makes me 21% better off on them. But because the payments originate from the centres which is in Ireland, I've now got to become intra-communitario registered for IVA, which, yeah, isn't quite as simple as it sounds either. The accountants do it all for me, but I had to go to the town hall, the Ayuntamiento, where I used to live, where I'm registered, to get what's called a firma electronica, excuse me, which is an electronic signature, you know, essentially. And basically it's you check your ID, check it's you it's doing, and you sign the thing online, and then it produces these two pieces of paper, which from that my accountant can then go and register me as intra-communitario. So yeah, some things, they love bits of paper in Spain, absolutely love it. Paperwork and bureaucracy is aplenty. So for anyone wanting to come to Spain, yeah, it's being autonomo. I think they actually do a low start one now, where you pay €50 a month for the first 12 months. I believe so. Say I'm not the, an expert on this by any stretch. I only know from my own perspective. And after that first 12 months, then you revert to the standard level. But hopefully, it gives people a chance to get a business going, to get some kind of income stream coming in. Yeah, so basically that's it. So that's where we've been today, to get these, so I can now finalise my quarterly accounts, pay me taxes on top of my autonomo, which is 900 odd euros for the quarter. My taxes shouldn't be too much, because I said we've got very, very little income at the moment. So I just thought I'd share that with you. People have been asking the questions, so hopefully, there's a bit of help there for you. And I say, if you have enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing just over here. If we can get to 1,000, it'll help us get a little bit more income, which will be fantastic, especially at the moment because we haven't got any. So yeah, click the subscribe, check the little bell next to it and select all, and thanks again for watching. We'll be back to normal tomorrow.